Welcome back to this video. In this video we'll see some log messages. So what is this logging messages? You might have already seen this while configuring the router, switches, etc. We'll see an example here. We'll go to this interface G00 no shut, and you can see this is pretty much the logs that generates by the router, and it is console logging, meaning this kind of messages can only be seen while console into the device. So if some engineer console into this router, he or she can see these logs. So the disadvantage is, not every engineer is going to console in to the devices all the time, right? So he or she cannot see these logs when they are not connected, via a console. So this is not that useful, right? So let me set interface G00 no shut, and it's going to come up. So we can disable this option. To disable it, all you have to say is no logging console. Now it will not show those log messages. And log messages, again, it's just to see what's going on, what's been going on, what are the things that configured. So it's kind of like a proof that shows. So after you shut, it will generate that log. Okay, it's a written log right there, so that if somebody console into the router, they can see these logs. So if you want to enable it, just say logging console. Actually, let me show you without the logs. Now if I go to interface G00 no shut, no shut, see, it's not generating those logs because we have disabled this logging console. So we can enable it. Interface G00 shut, no shut. Okay, now I say logging console. Okay, now I have enabled that back. Now interface G00 shut, no shut. Now you can see it's generating again. Then there is buffered logging. So what this buffered logging does, buffered logging, again it just generates logs, but this time it will save on the router's RAM. So these logs will save on its RAM. Okay, so the disadvantage is it will take some space out of the RAM, but the good thing is it will not take the entire space or anything. So there is a limit. So after that limit, it will delete the old messages. So it will just simply delete this, and new messages again will be added. So the old messages are gone. So this way it's not taking the entire RAM space, it's only taking a limited size. After it reaches its size, it will just erase the existing log messages and it will add the new ones. So let me show you how to see this, how to enable this. So let me generate some logs. Shut, no shut, no shut. Now exit. So to enable this, all I have to say is logging buffered, and then if I put a question mark, you can see 4096 is the beginning size I can put. So I'll just go with that. Okay, now I have enabled this, so I can exit to privilege mode, and then I can just put show logging and it will show the logs at the bottom. 71 messages lines, 71 message lines logged. So the drawback here is it's using the router's space, even though it's not that much. If we can avoid this, it's much better if we can save that RAM size. So what we can do is we will add a server and we can save the logs onto that server, so we're not wasting RAM space on the router. So what I'll do is I'll remove this PC and I'll add a server. So let me remove this. Okay, now I'll just add a server. Okay, connect it. I will just quickly assign an IP address because we do need IP address assigned. So enable country interface G00 IP address 10.0.0.1 to 55.0.0.0, and yeah, that's fine. Let me go to this server, assign IP address 10.0.0.10, and that's fine. Okay, so I have assigned the IP addresses. Now I'll go to this router. I need to say logging host, and I need to put the IP address of the server, which is 10.0.0.10. Now let me generate some logs. So whenever I generate, I don't want to shut down this port because it's connected to the switch. So I'm going to shut down some other interface. So let me do show IP interface brief. I can shut down 0.0.1, so let me do that. The reason why I didn't want to shut down this one is connected to this switch, and I can bring it back, but it will not generate those messages into this server. So that's why I didn't want to shut down this port. So I'll just shut down this 001 interface G001 shut, no shut, shut, no shut, shut, no shut. Okay, now we'll go to the server, go to services, go to the syslog, and you can see the log messages here. Make sure it's on here. Okay, make sure it's on and you'll see the logs here. Okay, so this is how you would see logs on the external server. Then there is another logging called terminal monitor or terminal logging. What is this? This is same like console logging, but the difference is you can remotely log into this router using VTY, line VTY, so like telnet, and then you can see the log messages. Once you enable this terminal monitor, you'll be able to see this log messages. That way you don't need to console into the device. So we'll see how to configure this. So first of all, we need to set up the line VTY, which is for telnet. So we'll just go to line VTY 0 to 4 or 0 to 15. Just use 0 to 4. Password Cisco 123, and we need the enable password as well. So enable secret CCNA. Okay, now what we'll do, we go to the server, try to telnet to this router. Command prompt telnet 10.0.0.1, password cisco 123, enable CCNA. Right, now I'm in. Right, now I'm in the console. Now if I try to see the log messages, it will not show me because I have not enabled this terminal logging. We'll verify that also. So interface G0, again don't do G001 because that's connected to the switch. It will terminate this connection, this telnet connection. Enable configure terminal interface G001, shut, no shut, shut, no shut, and you can see no log messages are showing. Right, so we need to exit, go back to privilege mode, and we need to say terminal monitor. Okay, terminal monitor. Now I have enabled it. Now let me go to configuration mode, interface G001, shut. Now you can see the log messages are showing. So this way someone can remotely log into the device and see the log messages. This is somewhat similar to the console logging, but console logging you have to be physically there, right? You have to console into the device, so it's not commonly used. Only the engineers are there with the devices, then they can use that console logging method, but this way they can log in from anywhere and see the messages. So this is the use of this terminal logging. uh, Hope it made sense, all the loggings we saw today. So console logging, we saw buffered logging, and we saw this terminal logging. We also saw syslog logging, where it saves the logs onto an external server. So hope it all made sense. We'll see some other concept in the next video. So if these videos are helping you in any ways, if it's benefiting you, please give me a thumbs up. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay tuned. Thank you and good day.